Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Salami Loop, aka John. Today we're talking about Destined Choice Route, aka JID. Before I get into it, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. Check out my other Are They Mids. Check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/SalamiLoop. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. Coming up on number 3 on the list, we have DiCaprio II. It was hosted by DJ Drama, so the beats on it are pretty solid for the most part. DJ Drama didn't really let down, such as other projects like Call Me If You Get Lost. The songs on it are pretty decent for the most part, like Westbrook and Off D's with J. Cole on is really good. Hotbox featuring Method Man, and then I forget who the other person is on that song. But, most of the songs are decent. It's just, I have a itch when it comes to the song 151 Rum. That song is not that good, and everyone runs it up as if it's like the best song on the album, and it's really not. The beat on it is annoying as shit. Other than that, this album is pretty good all around. JID actually said that this is like his version of an individual film when he made this album, so that's pretty cool. Whole album's good. 151 Rum, completely shit on the whole album. In my take, just dog shit. So coming up on number 2, we have The Forever Story. This has been his first solo album in about 4 years since he dropped DiCaprio II. And he delivered really well on this album. Dance Now is just crazy. Radar is so good. This album basically shows how he struggled in life, where he was staying at in Atlanta, I believe. He's from Atlanta. And he did a really good job of delivering that. It also shows points of how he decided to go and pursue music as well. Instead of being a football player, which he was going to college for, he completely dropped out of college and just became a rapper. The beats on it are solid. His lyrics are great. JID in general is just a great lyricist. So this is actually a sequel to his other album, his first album, The Never Story, that he dropped. Just a long-awaited sequel for it, and he really delivered on this album. Still pretty early for him. He's a pretty new up-and-coming rapper. So, I mean, he has a lot to work with. But right now he's doing great with just these 2 drops alone. So coming up on number 1 is The Never Story. This album, hands down, great album. Even though it's pretty short, it's only about 40 minutes. It's still a great album. Old school vibes all around with this album. He doesn't really let down with that. Everything about here is very old school, sampled a lot of old school music, old school artists, stuff like that. Very good. Ed, Ed, and Eddie's a banger. Surprisingly low on the Billboard. It was actually at 197 out of the top 200, which is pretty low. But I mean, for a first drop and you're an upcoming artist and you actually just find a spot on the Billboard, that's actually pretty impressive. So take that with a grain of salt, as you will. JID said that after listening to this album, you're just going to recognize one thing, and it's that he can rap. And that is true. He actually can rap, and he's comparing himself to other Southern artists. I'm just going to throw the Migos out there because they tend to mumble a lot, but that's what he's trying to compare himself to, is like mumble rapping and stuff like that. All around, old school vibes, dropped, delivered, great album. So if I had to give JID a rating, I'm going to give JID a 7 out of 10 because he's a great lyricist. He can actually rap. But if you listen to all 3 of these albums, you're going to notice one thing, and that's all the beats kind of sound the same. Whether it be R&B cuts in a song or whether it be just rapping, they all kind of tend to lean the same way. It's like a hard-hitting rap beat. And, it works. But then again, it's like I would like to see different outlooks on this. If we're going lyrically, if we're talking lyrics, he's really good with lyrics, but he has a lot of competition to work with. If you're gonna go into the rap game and you're gonna be lyrics, granted, I can't rap for shit, because I'm fucking dog shit at rapping. If you're going for a more lyrical approach and more just storytelling approach, you got to deal with Kendrick, you got to deal with J. Cole, you got to deal with Lil Wayne. There's a lot of Eminem. There's a lot of rappers out there that are just really, really good at fucking rapping. So there's a big competition out there. I feel bad giving him this number. He's a very underrated artist. All projects I've listened to, they're not terribly bad. They're all solid all around. It's just that he has a lot to work with, especially with rapping and trying to be very lyrically inclined and all this stuff. And you have a lot of people to live up to and expect to, such as, like I said earlier, Lil Wayne, Kendrick, J. Cole, these other people. You name it. So this has been Are They Mid with JID. Make sure you check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/salamiloop. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. Check out my other Are They Mids. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.